Hey, good morning, boys and girls. How are you this morning? It was snowing on my way into school this morning, so I don't know. This is crazy weather, but I hope you guys are staying warm. You're inside, staying dry, and hopefully it'll clear up maybe a little bit this afternoon and definitely for this weekend. So we did a lot of really good things this week. We continued to work on our partners of 10 and our addition and subtraction. Yesterday we worked on writing our numbers to 20, and that's something that we need good practice on. And we also introduced this week narrative writing and talked about how it has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that it tells us who, what, where, and when. And so we're going to continue to practice that next week. But let's take a look at our homework. Okay. And also, parents, if you're listening, the work packet that I sent home to help them with those skills of their letters and their sounds, continue to work with them. We're going to have our test next week. And so anything that you can do at home, really anything, even if it's only a few minutes, will really help your child. So keep that in mind. We've only got a few more days left into next week before they have their test. Okay, so here we go. Teen number match. That's the very first one here. So again, we're continuing to work with our teen numbers. I feel like we did something similar last week. But again, looking at this and getting comfortable with knowing that that's 10, you can count each square, but it's being grouped as a 10 frame or a 10 group. And so when we have 10 and some more, what is that number? So you can either cut these out and glue them here, or you can write in the answers there, okay? Really needing to focus on making sure that when we're talking about teen numbers, remember that there's a group of 10 in our teen numbers, and so that's why there's a 1 in the beginning, a 1 in the beginning, a 1, and then an 8, a 1, and then a 4. So let's remember when we're writing our teen numbers, if we know that it's a teen number, because in our mind we're saying it's 14 or it's 15 or it's 18, then we need to remember that what makes it a teen number is that 1 comes first. The 1 comes first, okay? Sometimes that's a little confusing. It's a whole different number if you put the 1 after the other number, okay? Numbers over the rainbow. So this is just taking what we know about teen numbers and working to identify which number comes before and which number comes after. So in order to do this work at home, boys and girls, moms and dads, Uncle Bob, you may need to write for your child the numbers 1 to 20 so that they have that reference. We're really good about 1 to 10, but if you would write those numbers just on the back of their homework or on a scratch piece of paper so that they can see what those numbers are. It's a learning skill, so if you can do that would certainly help your child to do this. And we also have a number line up here to help us, but just as we're doing our homework, it would just be helpful as we're looking at what numbers look like and what numbers we need to write. So, but up here you do have some numbers for a reference here. So if you find number 15 and which number comes before and which number comes after, that'll help. Okay, now the next one, it says drawing addition, draw pictures to show addition, the addition equation, and write the sum. So that's what I've done. So I know that we have lots of strategies for solving addition, and I know that we can use our fingers, but I really want to see you practicing writing out what those pictures look like. So I have 2 plus 3, so I drew 2 flowers, 3 flowers. To count them all together, that gets me 5. So take time, write your pictures, okay? Is it ch or sh? Ch or sh? We have been working on this a lot, so I feel like this will be a really easy one for you, but it's good practice. I'm just gonna read the pictures for you. So we have shark. You have to figure out which one it is. Is it a sh or a ch? And write it in and color the picture, or color the picture with the right digraph. Ship, cherry, shell, cheese, shovel, sheep, chick, okay? So you've got all those pictures there: shark, ship, cherry, shell, cheese, shovel, sheep, and chick. Okay, and this one's going to be a little bit harder, but I tell you what, boys and girls, you have to, like we do with countdown, sometimes we have to put the letters in order to make a word. So that's what you're doing here. These are our raindrops, and you're going to put them in order. But boys and girls, they give you the words right here. So you take a look at the words and figure out, look, I've got a U, T, and a P. Which letters have a U, T, and a P? Right, there's a word right over here. It says put. So I'm going to take a look at that word. I'm going to see how I need to arrange the letters, and then I'm going to write them in that order. So it would look like this. Like that. Okay, so you want to look at those words. Some of them we're familiar with, some of them we're not. Most of them we are familiar with. Probably put was the first one we didn't know. But those are sounds, excuse me, that we can sound out. So it's definitely within our ability to do that. Now this one, again, like last week, we had to unscramble a sentence. Now we have to do that a couple of times. So like, I, kite, period, my. So remember, boys and girls, a couple of clues. We always start with a capital letter. So which one has a capital letter? And we end with a period. So just keep reading it until it makes sense. You have to write them in order. And taking a look at our homework from last week, when we're writing our sentences, boys and girls, that's the first page I go to when I look at your homework, is your writing page. So I want you to slow down. I see that we're not putting our spaces in between our words. So this is a great way to just practice writing a sentence. We're going to write a narrative next week, but this week we're practicing writing our sentences so that we can focus on writing our letters and writing them correctly. Remember, there are some letters that break those rules, right? So last week in our writing, we had to write the word big, and that was on our what packet from this week, where we were writing the word big, and I'm seeing a lot of G's sitting on that toe line, and G's don't, guys, they break that rule. They drop down. So let's really work on paying attention to our letters, putting those spaces in between our words, and they've already shown us where the period goes, so we have to put that in. Okay, so really slow down, put the spaces in, work on your letters. We're rushing through this on our homework page, and I can see where some of us are just not doing our best work. We're not using our best writing. And when we do this kind of stuff, boys and girls, it's a great opportunity to practice our writing and put together all those words in a sentence so that we can practice putting our spaces in, our capitals, our periods, all of it. So it's super important work. It's probably one of my favorite and most important pages of the homework. So it's the last one. I feel like maybe it should be the first one, and really take your time, okay? And that's it, boys and girls. That's your homework today. I know I'm going to see some of you today in class. We're going to continue working on our digraphs, and you're going to be reading for me if you're coming in. So it's going to be a great day. If you're home, have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday, hopefully with some sunshine and warmer weathers. That would make recess a little bit better. All right, so I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Get your homework done, do your reading, and get outside and get some exercise, or inside exercise if that's the case. All right, have a good weekend.